Hey guys, I'm gonna try and make this video. My voice is kind of shot, but I'm doing that LGBTQ 30-day challenge, and I'm on day 3. Um, and the question is basically, how old were you when you knew, and what was that like for you? Blah blah blah. I don't think I ever really knew um, anything really, or that I was different, because um, I was so little that it wasn't really a thought of knowing anything. It was just kind of like, this is who I am and how I am and what I like. And it was no different than knowing that my favorite color was red, or knowing that Donkey Kong was a way better game than the Aladdin game that my dad bought me. Um, I mean, I always knew what I liked. I didn't know that it had a name until I was about maybe 12 or 13. Um, but I've said this before. I remember being, gosh, I must have been about 2, and being put in a dress for my birthday. And don't ask how I remember this, I just do. And I remember purposely thinking, if I sit in like a bunch of dirt or just like royally fuck this dress up, they will have to change me. Because I knew that that's how shit worked. When you fuck your clothes up, your parents are like, damn it, and they change you. Especially if it's your birthday and, people are expecting you to look all cute and shit. So I was 2, and I would purposely try and fuck up my clothes so that they would change me. That's just being 2 years old. As far as my whole gender identity thing goes, the earliest I can remember is being 4, and wanting to be a boy. And I think that's just because I came to the realization that boys got to do all the things that I wanted to do and got to wear the clothes I wanted to wear, and were more like how I felt. I didn't know officially that I was gay, or that that was the title that you would give yourself if you liked the same sex, until I was about 13. And that's when I came out to my mom and my family and my friends, and it was a big, I don't regret it, but it was definitely a ballsy thing to do when you're in 8th grade in middle school or junior high, because needless to say, I was the only gay person for quite some time. People are still figuring out who they are at that point. Most of them are, they don't want to say anything, but I've been a pretty ballsy kid my whole life. I didn't really give a shit. So I just said, hey, this is it. This is who I am. Fuck it. But a lot of people didn't really take too kindly to it. As far as my gender goes, I was really confused for a really long time, thinking that maybe I was transgender. Maybe I did, I don't know. I mean, I had this girlfriend that I was dating for a really long time in high school, and she kind of helped me figure out more or less what I was, who I was, more of who I was as far as that goes, by just making me feel okay. She told me that, because we'd been dating for 4 years, so we didn't really have a thought in our minds that we would be together now. Um, you know, it would have been 5 years for us this month. But she basically made me, told me that she didn't care if I was a girl or a boy or a bear. She, she loved me, and she was always going to love me no matter what. So she was the first person to really give me the freedom to kind of experiment with different things. And but now that I'm 19 is when I'm realized that I am just genderqueer. So I guess the big ages were 2, 4, 13 slash 12-ish, and 19. I mean, I started kind of getting hints of what it was when I was about 16. I was in the Gay Straight Alliance in my high school, And in Miami or in Florida, they have this giant convention for all like the GSAs and the gay groups or whatever it is that your school has. And they had this a sexologist, I think her title is, Dr. Marilyn something. I forget her name, but she basically was the first person to like put this into my mind. You know, she said, I remember, gender's not what's between your legs, it's what's between your ears. And she brought up the term intersex or genderqueer or whatever, and she basically said that you can either be a boy with a boy brain, a boy with a girl brain, a girl with a girl brain, or a girl with a boy brain. And that's when, you know, everything started kind of making sense for me. So yeah, that's it, my video. I try to make these so short and they always end up being like 6 minutes long. I'm sorry.